Did you get a cup of coffee, Carolyn? Carolyn Stifler is our guest from the Greater Rochester Association of Realtors. Dark Horse Coffee is one of our sponsors, and Jeff brought in coffee.
Jeff is a good guy to work with. I've worked with Jeff for about 15 years, I think.
What does he do?
Well, first of all, he lightens up a room when he comes in, so that's a positive thing that I can say about Jeff. He's easy to work with when placing ads in the Property Source. It's a great print advertising for us realtors, so we love working with Jeff, and he makes our job easier. Sometimes I stumble when placing an ad. I'm like, how can I do this, or which button am I supposed to push? And all I got to do is call Jeff, and he goes, honey, I'll take care of it for you.
Nice. That's nice.
But I see he didn't bring you a cup of coffee.
Well, he probably knows I'm not an avid coffee drinker. He knew that.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows that.
It can't be that bad. He hasn't fired me yet. You know.
Did he bring you a sandwich?
I understand he did bring me lunch.
Oh, good. Okay. All right. Carolyn Stifler, glad you could join us today. It is week number 2 of City Living Sundays. If I'm not mistaken, tomorrow is the East Side.
Yes. Yes, it is. And as a matter of fact, this afternoon at 2 o'clock, those who want to go on a free neighborhood bus tour can do so. You go to the homeroom at the Landmark Society at 133 South Fitzhugh Street. But you do need to call and register, and that phone number is 585-546-7029, extension 10. Or you can go to citylivingsundays.com for more information.
What is your involvement with City Living Sundays?
Well, this is the 19th year for City Living Sundays, and I have been involved in it every single year. As an agent, I believe every year I have had a house in the city listed for sale, so I make sure that that property is held open on City Living Sundays. It gives a much broader advantage to the homes and the open houses because it's so publicized everywhere. So I think it's real important that if you do have a home listed for sale that you try to get it on during these 2 weeks.
Since we're on a real estate topic, you mentioned on the break there's a tax credit of $8,000 that nobody's mentioning, and I'm very concerned about that. Why nobody's mentioning it, number one, and can you explain what it is? It's for veterans. I'm a veteran, so it kind of piqued my interest.
Oh, good.
You know, so I'm curious, could you explain what's going on and why we haven't heard about that?
Well, I don't know why you haven't heard about it. I mean, it's been ongoing, and it was extended from last year with the regular $8,000 tax credit for first-time homebuyers. This is strictly for military home buyers.
Okay.
And the deadline is April 30th of this year, and they must be closed by June 30th of this year. The maximum credit for first-time buyers is $8,000 and $6,500 for repeat buyers. The military buyers may combine the tax credit with their VA loan benefits that they're entitled to.
Okay.
I believe Sunny May has special programs that would also follow suit with the first-time home buyers. But you have to qualify. You have to have served outside the U.S. between January 1st, 2009 and April 30th of 2010.
Okay.
For a period of 90 days or more.
That's not me.
Oh, okay.
No, I've been right here.
I'm sorry. But we do have so many people that do qualify for this. And with City Living Sundays tomorrow, it is certainly an extra opportunity that maybe even the real estate agents was not aware of, especially if you're new.
Sure.
That if someone does come in and you know, they talk about, well, I'm a veteran, I have a VA benefit, and they may go, oh, yeah, you also have an $8,000 tax credit available to you.
Nice.
You also mentioned something about grants for the homes for City Living Sundays. Tell me a little bit about what you were talking about.
Okay, thank you. Last week, I participated in a press conference about City Living Sundays, and I learned at that time that the homes that were designated for City Living Sundays, we as realtors had to turn in the information ahead of time. So last week, there were approximately 100 homes that were targeted as special City Living Sunday homes. There is a grant available for those homes when they sell. So if you heard on the news that last year we sold, I think, half of the homes that were held open, that grant, I think, was available last year, too. So I'm assuming that helped to move it along. My understanding of it is the grant stays with that house as long as it's listed this year, and it didn't have to sell last week at the West Side Open, and it doesn't necessarily have to sell tomorrow at the East Side Open. Anytime it sells, this year it's got that grant on it. So be sure you check that out. You can go to homesteadnet.com or City Living Sundays. So there's places. And then when you go to the school tomorrow at East High School, between 12 and 4 p.m., you can certainly get all the details there. There'll be mortgage people there. There'll be home inspectors. There'll be realtors. There'll just be so many different people to give you education. And what they're also doing is highlighting the different neighborhoods. You know, it may be City East Side, but there are many different neighborhoods, and every neighborhood association may be represented, and we'll try to share all the good benefits with you so you could pick their neighborhood.
School information, that important stuff.
School
Yeah.
Now, where do the grants come from? Is it something that the city is offering if you buy the homes?
This
they have
one
an
may
agreement
be a
with
city.
Okay.
That could be. I apologize. I really don't know where it's coming from. Someone mentioned it in my press conference that I had last week, and I'm like, I had not heard that. So I do know it's there, and I'll be happy to get more information. So if anybody does call the station or something and can't find it, then I'll certainly be happy to find out for you.
Absolutely. We'll have Jeff put it up on the web on his blog so we can, you can go there, propertysource.com.
Property Source Radio.
PropertySourceRadio.com.
Yeah. For those of you eager to find out more about City Living Sundays, over 100 homes of the city open for your inspection. Last week was the West Side. Did it go well last week?
Oh, yes, it did. Weather was good. Weather's supposed to be, I think, in the upper 40s this week. So I remember one time we had literally a blizzard during the day, and people came out. So they appreciate the efforts that the city and the communities have put forward for this. The one thing that I can say, if you are looking for homes tomorrow, go to the school, get the information that you need, and don't forget that the homes are held open a little longer than normal from 1 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. And the realtors are there. They're anxious to show you through.
Ted Wood told me he had about 300 people that came through the West Side.
Holy.
That is awesome. I know I held a condo open, and I had people come through. And you'll find immediately after the open houses, usually on Facebook, the realtors are saying, okay, I had so many. How many did you have? So we keep up with it within minutes after
Really?
the
Oh,
open
that's
house
awesome.
stop.
You know, I know that Bob Duffy, when he was the mayor, was a big proponent of City Living Sundays. And now with Tom Richards, the new mayor, I would just assume that you'll still get tons of cooperation from City Hall.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And the gentleman in the position of the mayor at my press conference last week,
Carl
Carlos,
Carbolata.
yes, he was there, very supportive of it. And last year I was with Mayor Duffy when we put City Living Sundays together in the press conference as well. And I know we've got the support of the city.
That big sigh of relief you heard Wednesday morning was Carl Carbolata saying, okay, Tom, you can have the job. I'm done.
Anytime, yes.
I think the
He did a great
nice
job,
thing
though.
about Rochester is that we have a city council who really does care about the city, all aspects of it, the real estate aspect, the industry, the businesses, they do a lot to celebrate and kind of, so I could see why you would get support for, people. They want people to come and move into the city.
Yeah. Keep the values up.
They're very
Absolutely.
passionate about it. And
Yes.
there's some beautiful homes in the city. They have character, beautiful wood and windows and porches. And so we're blessed to have lots of beautiful properties in the city.
12 to 4 today at East High School. That's where you can find out about the how to buy seminars, the affordability counseling by leading experts, all the things that are part of City Living Sundays. Carolyn Stifler is with us, the president of the GRAR. A couple more minutes to spend with you, 3-4 more minutes. You have a notebook full of information there. We're not going to get to it all. Find a couple big bullet points. We'll,
Can I come back another day so I can finish it then?
we have time. What do you got?
Jeff?
Oh, I just have a couple of things. One would be buying a home. If you are a buyer and you're looking to buy a home, There are some things that you may have heard around as short sales. There's one thing that most likely they won't take contingent offers, so it would need somebody who's non-contingent. There could be a long wait with it. Make sure that you have all your paperwork and ask your realtor if all the paperwork is in on the short sale. If you're selling a home, we do sell homes that are empty. We sell them staged. We sell distressed homes with cash buyers, quick closings. So there's all kinds of possibilities out there.
Yeah, I know one of your areas of expertise. I did some homework on you, Carolyn.
Oh boy!
Is that you specialize in first-time buyers and in investors. So investors probably can have a field day at some of these properties with City Living Sunday.
Yes, they do. And I've worked with several investors. And when I go through a home and it looks as if I can't get a mortgage on it with a buyer, my next avenue is probably calling one of my investors to say, let's take a walk through this home, see if it's something that you can rehab, put back together. And I'm very anxious. I have one that we just closed on the other day in Greece, and it'll be a beautiful ranch. So it'll be coming on the market in about 90 days, and it's going to be like brand new throughout, and it'll be like under $125,000. It's just an awesome thing to see happen.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to be one of those people who can flip a house. Is that what they call it, flipping a house?
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, I liked it because I got to go meet the gentleman who's going to be putting in the new kitchen. So I got to give him my ideas on how I wanted to see the finished product.
It's kind of fun.
Because you're trying to figure out who's going to buy it. It's a good-sized ranch, and if it's seniors, they definitely don't want to move in and do a lot of work.
Right.
So I'm trying to think of who's going to buy it and exactly what they may like in the amenities.
I think Steve would like that type of a job as well, because as you could see the before and after, it's kind of fun. It's a creative
I know
process.
my wife would love that.
Yeah, she would probably.
She's always looking at that kind of stuff.
That's great.
Yeah.
I had something there and it's gone.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Well, let me just share with you that the mortgages are still very low. They're hovering around 5%. And there's FHA, there's conventional, VA, Sunny Mae. And if you live in some outlying, like west of Manitou Road, east of Salt Road, you can get some extra opportunities in rural opportunities, maybe a very low down payment, a lower than normal interest rate.
Really?
Yes. So there's some good opportunities there, but I will tell you, the banks are very strict right now. They want every piece of paper that they can get their hands on. They look at it about 3 times. If the I is not dotted, they'll return it, and you got to do it again.
Okay.
So it's real important that if your lender tells you they need this, this, or this, just do it. And do it as quick as you can. It will keep the procedure going, and it will make your closing much smoother.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep you for another segment. You said you still have more stuff, right?
Oh, awesome.
You want to stay? Do I have to twist your arm?
No, I think that'll be fine.
Carolyn Stifler's with us. This is Property Source Radio. Quick break, and we'll be back to wrap things up on this Saturday morning. Property Source Radio, every Saturday morning right here at Sports Radio 950 ESPN.